So these are the ways that you can build up seduction and become that seductress that every man wants and maybe can't have. Not just in your relationship with a man, but in your relationship with even a woman, in your relationship with people generally, in your office. You become respectable. Do you get what I mean? Know this and know peace that every man wants to be with a sex goddess and every woman wants to be one. But then, who is a sex goddess? What makes her so different from the others? Listen, a sex goddess knows her way around her bedroom, but it just doesn't end there. Really, you can't just sleep with every man to prove that you have it or you have what it takes to achieve a sex goddess status. You'll be sleeping with a lot of people. And listen, all women who have been crowned sex goddesses didn't really sleep with all the men. They did not. So obviously, it takes more than just bedroom manners to really understand how to be a sex goddess. Now, I will give you some few subtle details that you could just use to attain that sex goddess status without always taking a man to bed. You need to work on your dressing style. What you wear plays a big part in being a sexy seductress. Now, contrary to popular belief, a sex goddess doesn't need a push-up bra and 3 inches of cleavage popping out of her shirt all the time. Nor does she even have to wear a skirt that rides up every 5 minutes. Well, unless you want to make it obvious. But to be a real sex goddess in a mysterious way, don't wear revealing clothes all the time. Fine, you can wear revealing clothes, but it's not all the time you have to wear revealing clothes. And what's worse, by wearing revealing clothes all the time, is you letting the world know that you want to show your asset off in a very obvious manner to just about anyone who has a pair of eyes to see. So to create an aura of, a desirable sex goddess, wear clothes that seem innocent, but they are intentionally promiscuous. I mean, white t-shirts and well-fitted jeans that show off your curves and flimsy t-shirt that hugs your butt can make you look a lot more attractive because it leaves a lot to the imagination without revealing anything. So if you want to be a sex goddess, don't ever dress down in baggy or overalls. Even if you're gardening or cooking, always look sexy and glamorous no matter what you're doing. Just wear pretty, snug clothes that make you look sexy and attractive. I mean, a little bit of skin is always exciting for men, just as long as it's not screaming, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm all here, I'm in your face. Number 5, you need to touch and talk. To a man, I mean, the manner in which you talk to a man has a lot to do with attaining your sex goddess status, to be honest. The next time that you have a conversation with a man, touch him now and then on his arms, on his back as you talk to him. Don't make it too obvious that you're trying hard to touch him. Instead, just play it calm and then use an excuse to gently, graze your palm against his arm while pointing at something. Or if he's reading out a few things or a few lines from a book or from a piece of paper, just walk up to him really close and pretend like you're interested in what he's reading too. And while you're at it, just then gently place, your hand on his back or on his shoulders, or just grace your breast on his back by accident, of course. No guy can really assume that you're hitting on him just because you're accidentally placing your hands on him. But at the same time, that lingering touch would make him crave for many more unintentional touches from you. Men are very sensitive, especially when they're attracted to you. Number 6, try and compliment your man with your eyes. See, one of the easiest way to attract a man's attention and become a sex goddess is by learning how to compliment a guy the right way. Compliment a guy when you like something about him. But when it's just the both of you, compliment him on something that's below his neck or something that borders on sexual flirting. Like, oh my, that's a sexy butt you have for a man. See, that can seem funny, but any guy can tell you that it will leave him feeling great about it. So by learning to compliment a man with humor and lacing it with sex, you will get any guy to start fantasizing about you and hoping for better things with you. Trust me on that. And number 7, don't be overly cute with a guy. If you want to know how to be a sex goddess, you need to lose the goody two shoes image. Don't pretend to be dumb and don't try to behave in a girlish or childish manner. Because by appearing to be a lot more fun, you will make it easier for the guy to approach you. But you have to remember that guys approach girls when they feel confident to talk to them. A happy girl is easy to talk to. A girl who frowns is not easy to talk to. But a sex goddess who is desired by all men also make most men get a heavy lump on their throat when she walks past them. So if you want to be a desirable sex goddess, you have to, or you need to be sexy, and you need to lose the cute girl tag. Of course, you can add cute, just as long as you still remember to do it in a very sexy manner. Just be calm and composed when you're with a guy, and try to breathe rather deeply and heavily when you're with someone you want to impress. And don't make it so obvious. Just try to behave like you normally would do. Because you know what? When you take a deeper breath, your curves naturally accentuate your sexy body, and it makes you look a lot sexier and desirable. Number 8, you need to be confident in the bed. That's if you're taking it to the bed. Because sex goddesses know more about what excites men in bed than the men themselves. Do you get it? So do your homework and be aware of your moves. When you know what to do in bed, it makes you feel more confident when you're spending the night with a man, or when you're having a conversation that would eventually lead to spending the night with him. Okay? Okay. So understand a man's erogenous zones and then use your lips or your hands where it matters. See, to be a seductress, right? You need to feel sexy and be sexy. And if you want to be all of that in bed, you need to do your homework. You need to know the full anatomy of a man. Number 9, you need to leave a lasting scent. Perfume isn't just about smelling good, it's about leaving a memorable impression that lingers even after you've left the room. So always make sure to choose a fragrance that complements your natural scent and apply it to the pulse points like your wrist, your neck, behind your ears. These spots just heat up naturally, thereby diffusing the fragrance subtly through the day or evening. So when you're engaging in close conversation, the warmth of your body will just release the scent, thereby creating an intimate and almost irresistible attraction. Imagine you leaning in to whisper something to a man and letting that soft whispers of your perfume mix with your words. I mean, it not only just marks your presence, but it makes the interaction uniquely memorable. It will make him long for the next encounter with you. Number 10, you need to learn to use the power of listening. A lot of us would talk without listening. There is power in listening. Is one of the seductive traits of a good seductress. So to be a true seductress, you need to harness the power of being a great listener. I know it's tempting to dominate the conversation with your charm, but then again, you need to realize that sometimes the most seductive thing that you can do is to listen. You could nod thoughtfully, maintain eye contact, and respond with insights that show that you really understand. And so by doing this, you create a connection that makes the other person feel, special and heard, which is incredibly attractive. It's about just making them feel like they are the only person in the room, and you're boosting their confidence and drawing them deeper into your allure if you do so. You need to maintain eye contact. Now, I need to tell you something about Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe famously used eye contact to captivate her audience, and she used something called the triangle method eye contact. And that triangle method is a subtle yet a powerful tool in this art of seduction. So, when talking to someone that you're interested in, let your gaze gently drift between their left eye, right eye, and then to their mouth. You're creating a triangular path. Now, this pattern of looking suggests intimacy, and it can create a sense of closeness and connection. It's especially potent during flirtatious conversations because it not only communicates your interest, but it also invites them to gaze back into your eyes depending on the moment of the attraction. Do you understand what I'm saying? Try that. You're looking from their right to their left eye and then to their mouth. It's a triangular eye contact. It's a very powerful tool in a game of seduction. Number 12, be playful. Playful while teasing. See, teasing is a time-tested method in the art of seduction. You cannot be a seductress if you don't know how to tease. It just involves playful banter, light, humorous exchanges that challenge and entice your man or the other person that you're speaking to. So by teasing someone, you engage their mind and their emotion. You spark both attraction and interest in them. What you need to do is just keep your tone light and avoid sensitive topics because the goal is to make them smile and provoke a bit of excitement. And these dynamics can, just quickly turn a mundane interaction into an intriguing game of verbal flirtation. Before you know it, he's head over heels in love with you. Now, number 13, you need to make use of strategic pauses in conversations. Now, silence can be just as powerful as words when you use them correctly. So, you introducing strategic pauses in your conversation creates anticipation and intrigue, right? When you're having conversation with this man. So, when you pause right after making a point or asking a question, it just gives the other person a moment to ponder and hang on your next word. It builds a sort of suspense that can heighten interest and attention towards you. I think Elon Musk uses this method. Like, you could ask him a question and he will take some few seconds to ponder, he will be quiet in a few seconds, for a few seconds before he responds to you. Because what that does is that you're drawing attention to you. And when the word falls out of your mouth, people will hang on it. Because it's not just about what you say, but how you pace your dialogue to keep them captivated. Number 14, you need to avoid vomiting just about anything. See, one effective way to cultivate an air of seduction is through the strategic use of mystery in conversations. So, avoiding vomiting words or avoiding overloading your partner or your man with too much information all at once just naturally contributes to the sense of intrigue, a sense of mystery about you. So, choosing your words carefully and sharing just enough to keep your partner intrigued, what you do is that you invite them to lean in and engage more deeply with you. So try holding back certain details or stories about your life because it not only keeps the conversation flowing, it also gives your partner space to inquire further thereby fostering a dynamic of mutual discovery. It's all about teasing out information slowly and deliberately, which can make every interaction feel like a new layer is being unveiled, like you're an onion that is being peeled layer by layer. Intrigue, mystery. Moreover, when you speak less, but with more intent, you appear more thoughtful and more composed, more smart. And this can significantly just heighten your allure because it leaves your partner wondering about your thoughts and your feelings. It enhances that mysterious aura that every seductress carries. You need to mirror body language because mirroring is a psychological tactic where you subtly copy the body language of the person that you're talking to. So if they lean in, you lean in. If they gesture with their hands, you do the same. Now, this technique just signals alignment and agreement, and it makes the other person feel more at ease and connected with you. It shows empathy, it shows understanding without words, and it enhances that sense of mutual attraction and rapport between you and that person. So, these are the ways that you can build up seduction and become that seductress that every man wants and maybe can't have. Not just in your relationship with a man, but in your relationship with even a woman, in your relationship with people generally, in your office. You become respectable. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, so these are the 15 ways that you can become a seductress that is so appealing that everyone gravitates towards. And it has absolutely nothing to do with how beautiful you are. See, the most known seductresses aren't women who are very, very pretty. They're women who just exude some level of confidence. They are women who just have some level of comportment. The way they speak, the way they act in public, even in private, just shows you how much of a high value they are. All right, so this is where we keep it. Until I come your way, when I come your way, do know that I love you and God loves you best. Mwah.